January 1st, 1863. All persons held as slaves within any state or designated part of a state shall be then, thenceforth, and forever free, 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 free. This day, January 1st, a day that so many of us consider a day of renewal. It's also the very day that a significant number of enslaved American Africans and black-skinned American Indians were literally renewed by proclamation. Through federal order, American Africans and black-skinned American Indians were deemed free. 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 And from that moment on, this powerful illusion that an external entity controls the power to profess the freedom of other human beings was cemented into our collective memory. Or, at least, this idea was etched into mine. For much of my life, I've believed the Emancipation Proclamation to be a critical and necessary edict in the history of this nation, and particularly in the lives of black people. So at 18, I became an activist for racial justice, and by 22, added educational equity to my agenda. Then, I proceeded to protest, provoke, and preach about the policies at schools, prisons, workplaces, courts, Congress, etc. needed to create or convert for the freedoms of all people. It occurred to me that I spent a lot of time thinking about other people, what others think of me, what others should do differently so that our relationship would be better, so that the world would be better, what others needed to learn so that I could be my authentic self, what others should do to get out of my way so that I could get on with my life. I realized through thinking about all the things that others needed to do, I had this unconscious belief in my own deficiencies that led me to focus a lot of energy on the power of other people instead of the possibilities within myself. I was inspired to reread the United States Declaration of Independence. The revelation was crystal clear. The statement of July 4th, 1776, was a statement of self-determination. The statement of January 1st, 1863, was a statement of subjection. Both statements are statements of freedom. But one group took their freedom, and another was handed an illusion. These statements and the orientations of them still influence the ways that we see ourselves and our relationship to power today. Since I was a little girl, I was socialized to externalize power. The power to bestow my worth and acceptability as a human was externalized to my mother and my father. The power to deem me intelligent and proficient for society was externalized to teachers, professors, and schooling systems. The power to name me a saint or a sinner was externalized to the church and the church's interpretation of God. The power to call me popular was externalized to my peers. The power to assign and articulate my talents and skills in the workforce was externalized to managers. The power to control where I live, the resources I have access to, and my general rights as a person was externalized to governments. I was effectively trained to believe that the entirety of my life is validated and ordered by the designation of others. The spirit of these documents and these orientations trickle down into the frameworks of our society, impacting our families, our institutions, and ultimately our subconscious sense of self. We are taught that to think for ourselves, to go against the grain, to veer from the social stamp of approval is insane and, quite frankly, dangerous. We are afraid. We are afraid of living as our full selves for fear of being ostracized from social groups or attacked by people who are fearful that somehow our freedom is a threat to their own. We are programmed to present ourselves as inadequate, imperfect, incompetent, and incomplete for the comforts of the collective. Don't dare call yourself unique, genius, prophetic, divine, or even free. Free. Making it difficult for us to determine ourselves authorities of our being. Difficult, but not impossible. In the spirit of New Year and renewal, I resolve that I am the authority of my being. It is on me to declare myself free. Freedom is not a gift to be given or an ordinance to be offered. It is instead an internal force found on the other side of fear. It is an identity that, once embodied, is the only function for being.